we talked about Gary Dieter.
Yeah.
So your father's brother, was that Valentine? Do I have that right? No.
My father's mother was a miller.
Your father's brother,
Brother, John.
John. So they built the Silver Spring Tavern.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, they came up. They had a farm up in Long Green Valley,
Mm-hmm.
and they decided they wanted to get into the saloon business, make money.
That's right.
Was always for trying to get that money. And they bought that property down there.
Mm-hmm.
There was an old lumber warehouse on the property when they bought it,
Oh, I see.
in the back.
Yeah.
And there was nothing else there. And they built that Silver Spring Inn.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually that place moved up into Blair. That had the next owners.
That's right. So do you remember I took you to the one in Silver Spring
Yes.
about 6 years ago?
Yeah.
So Pop was a Mason.
Right.
And do you remember Maynard from my old band?
Yeah, I know
So he's a Mason.
Yeah.
So I brought the old Mason to meet the young Masons,
Oh, yeah.
and we had lunch.
Oh, yeah.
And we explained the history of that building. So from my understanding, the tavern downstairs has always been the tavern. And then the upstairs dining room where we had lunch with those fellas was 2 apartments.
That's right. My Uncle John had one,
Mm-hmm.
and Pop and
Emma.
Mom had the other one.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
where I went to high school.
Yeah.
From there.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So that is now a dining room. So they kept the name. The new company is called Silver Spring Mining Company.
yeah.
And they kind of trade on that. You know, it looks like an old fashioned mine.
Yeah.
Mine building. You know, exposed beams and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's what's crazy is I'd eaten there as a kid, however many times, and never knew that whole story. That's is so wild to me.
Yeah. But so Gary Dieter, he's quite the artist. He's a singer and a dancer, and we've seen him in 2 different productions in the past 6 months. Back in the fall, Penny and I went with Bill Watson and his wife, and we went to Heavenly Grace, and we had dinner, and then we went to a community theater in Heavenly Grace, and Gary was in A Christmas Story, the musical. And then we just recently saw him, just about 3-4 weeks ago, we saw him at a Greek church up off of Glenarm Road, like near Delaney High School. And he was in, what the show was it? He was in another show, and we recently saw him in that. So yeah, he's been a flight attendant with Southwest Airlines for 20 plus years.
Oh yeah, that's
So he, when he works for Southwest Airlines, he works a lot, and then he builds up all this vacation time, and then when he has a show coming up, he just stops working at Southwest, and he's in a show for 4 weeks or 6 weeks or whatever, and when that's over, he goes back in the air and he flies, and he just keeps doing that. Wow. So yeah. So seems to be doing just fine for him.
It's good.
Yeah. But I mean, I know the family name Dieter, of course, but he told the same story about the Silver Spring Mining Company as I tell.
Yeah.
My great grandfather, and he's like, no, my great grandfather. I'm like, well, they were brothers, dummy.
That's so wild.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
It's fun. It's Smaltimore.
Right.
Well, that Silver Spring Inn was okay until my Uncle John drowned off a boat.
Ooh,
He went fishing with some guys,
I see.
and the wave come along, made the boat. He was sitting on the bow and
Oh my
couldn't
gosh.
swim,
Oh no.
so he drowned.
Wow.
So then that left Elizabeth, his wife, and my father partners, so to speak, but they split up.
Yeah.
Dad went back to the farm.
Yeah.
The story I was
But
told.
in the meantime, at Silver Spring Inn, I met Lola because she lived on the next avenue.
Really?
That's where I met her.
Was that Slater Avenue?
I never knew
Slater
that.
Avenue.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I never knew that. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That's wow. That's wild.
Yep.
That's like wow.
Yep.
It's not who you know.
Wait a minute, I heard that earlier tonight. Yep. Yeah, it's something.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's too funny. Yeah, that's the way I always heard is your dad liked the farm and John liked the bar, right? Yeah.
Well, Dad didn't like the bar because when somebody broke out in a fight down the bar, it was up to Dad to straighten them out.
Right.
He had some shirts tore off. And
He didn't like that.
he didn't like that, and I guess Mom didn't help it.
It violates the book. So you gotta keep your shirt on.
That's right. Right. Yeah. How not to lose all your whole shirt. Right. Yeah. I remember, I haven't seen it in many years, but I remember seeing a picture of your dad behind the bar, and he's there in just a dress shirt, his white shirt with an apron on, and there's a little sign on the bar, and it says, ham sandwich 3 cents, beer 5 cents. I'd love to get my hands on that picture. I'd love to.
Inflation.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right.
Mom used to be in the kitchen making the sandwiches.
Is that right?
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Rough way to make a living.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
That's why when you prefer farming, that tells you a lot about the bar business, right?
Yes.
It's a good way to put it.
I never thought of that until wow, that's bad. Yeah, 'cause farming's a lot of work
Yeah.
every day.
Not that I would know.
Same.
Yeah.
So we hired a new office manager in my business, and her people were from Oella, which is near Ellicott City, which is near where we live, and Penny's great grandfather or great great grandfather, he was in Ellicott City or Savage in Howard County, Laurel. He was the town blacksmith, the town postmaster, the town head of elections, all those things.
All the offices nobody else wanted.
That's right. He held all the offices nobody else wanted. You're exactly right. Yeah, but in fact, Penny's brother Danny and her brother Bill lives in New York, but when he was down last year, they went and found the historic forge and blacksmith shop.
Whoa.
So there's a Whips family. They have a restored cemetery in
How about that?
Ellicott City. You can go to the Whips family cemetery. Nobody's been buried there in about 100 years, except for Robert, who was sprinkled on the ground a little bit here and there. But they found the Whips family blacksmith shop, and they met a young man who owns it now. And it's a house, and next to it is the blacksmith shop. And the blacksmith shop has fallen down around itself. It's in bad repair. So this young man, he's probably 30, 35 years old. He wants to restore that building or rebuild it. And then he's an artist. He wants to make that his studio. And of course, Danny being an artist, he was like, that would be so great if you could do that. But they went and found it. And that's really cool. And it's interesting, that blacksmith shop is located on the National Historic Preserve.
Is that right?
But it's also marked as no longer part of the historic preserve.
Because it's in use again?
I don't know. We're not sure why that is. But there's been
Ooh, or did some whips run afoul of the county records keeper?
Most likely, yes. Right, yeah. So, yeah.
Reminds me of I remember your father went down to now I can't remember the name of the place where his family was born.
Okay.
Found a cemetery.
Oh, and Grassy Creek, North Carolina.
Grassy Creek.
Yep.
Couldn't remember that.
Yeah. I've never been there. I know Dad took Herbert down there
He went down.
quite a few times. And evidently, from what I understand, Grassy Creek, North Carolina it's very far. It's not far from Boone, North Carolina, about 45 minutes. But to this day, it's a crossroads. There's no town. There's the Cox family cemetery with all 7 graves and a crossroads and not even a blinking light. Like 2 stop signs. That's all.
Grassy Creek, North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Did you ever go there? Did you ever go there with Herbert?
Yes,
Oh, you did?
once
Okay.
wasn't up there.
Yeah.
Stay long. That's wild.
Yeah, and one of Dad's cousins, I think it's one of my great uncles lives in Grassy Creek now. Ronnie, I think it is.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
By coincidence or
No, on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Because it's
The ancestral home.
there you go. Right. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that something?
How far is that just out of curiosity?
Oh, really far.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's you're darn near in Tennessee.
Okay.
It's northern North Carolina
Yeah.
and western North
Yeah,
Carolina.
the top corner. Yeah.
Yeah, you're almost in Tennessee. You're way out there.
Will you be living in a town or city
Yeah, we're
in New York?
we're gonna be in Brooklyn. So not the city. I don't know if I have the energy for the city for Manhattan.
But is Brooklyn's one of the 5 boroughs, right?
Yeah. So it's still in New York City, just not in Manhattan. But
Right.
yeah, we have we've been to the place. So it's an apartment, but it's nice as far as New York. It's not a shoebox, which is good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really excited.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let me see.
And it's an easy train ride from Baltimore.
Yeah.
You get on the Amtrak in 3 hours. You're in New York. It's no big deal.
Oh, Kate actually sent me the address. I have the address. I'll send that to you before I forget. But
He now knows where he's going to live in a few months.
which probably good.
Wait a minute. Do I know where I'm living in a few months? Yeah. One never
Does
knows.
Kate work?
Oh yeah. She works in film. She works on films and in TV and movies as a production coordinator. She's the person who yells at everybody and tells them where to be and to make it happen. And she
Another penny.
Ding, ding, ding.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's worth a snippet right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do worse.
That's right.
You can't laugh at them. Women get a hell of a lot done.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, Kate's a badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Get up in your face and chew you out a little bit. You remember it.
That's right.
when I first introduced her to them we were still in college at the time, and she mentioned she was a triple major, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we like her."
Yeah. Yeah. In 4 years of college, she got 3 degrees while working full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a good one.
She's a doer.
Yeah. Real smart. Yeah.
Well, be careful. Don't mess it up.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Sage advice. I'm the lucky one. Absolutely. Yeah. I'll do my best.
You're right. Yeah. It's ultimately up to her. Yeah. Right. I'm very aware of this circumstance. Yep.
Oh yeah. Looks like Ryan's busy tomorrow, but
Yeah.
that's
All right.
good.
Whatever.
Well, and I was telling Poppy we're trying to come. Kate and I are trying to come back down in end of summer. So
Oh,
we'll
nice.
try and be
Oh, good.
we'll be back down.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's good. Do you have stuff in your fridge for breakfast? Do you have if I make breakfast in the morning? Do you have stuff in the fridge, or do I need to go get stuff?
Yeah, I should have a gal coming in too. I
Oh,
don't know who.
okay.
Oh, okay.
What time does that
We
happen?
got eggs in the fridge
Okay.
and sausage,
Perfect.
scrapple.
Yeah.
Ooh, Scrapple.
You know what scrapple is?
I've never had it, but I do know what it is.
And he still wants to try it. In spite of that, he'll still try it. Everything but the oink, right?
It's whatever they had left over, ground up.
That's right.
Well, I probably knew that song first from the Junkyard Saints song.
That's right.
Scrapple and Rye.
Scrapple and rye. Yep. What do you see?
I'll have some woman coming in at 8 o'clock.
Oh, 8 a.m.
8:00.
All right, we'll be decent.
Beg pardon?
I said we'll be decent.
Put some drawers on at 8:00.
we will, yeah.
Who is it tomorrow? Do you know who it is? Do you know who's coming tomorrow at 8? It just
I
says
don't
some.
have her name.
Okay.
A surprise.
It might be. Is it Katie? Is she the one that comes most of the time?
She comes 3 or 4 times a week.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Is she nice? She nice? Do you like Katie?
Katie,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, she good.
another one of those. She's a Gina Cox, only without a medical degree.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Another professional.
She's another Kate, only smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
She runs the show.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
yeah.
All these women around us are like
I know.
just kicking ass.
I know.
Like, how smart are we? How super
Yeah,
are we?
we've been
So Lou and Linda, they're not coming this week.
No,
I guess you saw them last weekend.
next weekend.
Okay, good.
oh good.
And then Delaney's
They
coming
come
in,
every 2 weeks
right?
Oh cool.
for a couple of days.
Right. And Delaney's coming in this week.
Oh yeah. Oh great.
I don't know when's Delaney coming.
I'm not sure.
Is that the harem you were talking about?
Sometime soon. Sometime soon is what I
She'll
heard.
show up with 3 women,
Okay, there you go.
4 of them coming.
Yeah.
I imagine 4 nurses.
Okay, there you go.
Delaney graduates this May
Right.
Oh right.
as a nurse, so I imagine they're all.
That would yeah.
Yep.
Well, good. You'll have a team of medical professionals in house.
For what that's worth. Right. Use it as you see fit. So are you off like through the rest of this trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of.
I can't work remote.
No, that's true.
I gotta be there.
I'm kind of working by phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be studying whenever we're not doing stuff, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.